Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Alex here again, and today, we're working on the Mustang again, as per usual. It's always going to be under maintenance. So today, what we're installing is going to be the new Decklid that I got here from Ford Performance. Haven't opened it yet, but Ford Performance. It is the Decklid without a badge. So we're going to be installing that, and then I had an emblem that I had on. Oh, shit. I don't even know what I had this on. I totally forgot. But it is totally stuck. But I'm going to be redoing the 3M tape on this here little emblem. And then putting it on the new Decklid. Who knows if it's going to be today, but it'll eventually make its way on there. But I am just going to be removing the original Decklid I have on there with the chrome badge. Just to get, you can see here, get rid of this chrome badge. And put on this other new Decklid. So I'm going to flip the camera. We're going to get started, try and knock this out. Hopefully in less than an hour. I've heard that the metal clips that hold the Decklid in are a little bit of a pain, and I do want to be really cautious to make sure I don't dent anything in terms of the actual trunk itself, because I am going to have to pry around here. It's actually even chipped here, which kind of sucks. But, yeah, we're going to have to be prying a little bit here, so I'm going to probably put some masking tape along the top, and then probably a microfiber towel as well, just to help so when I pry it, we don't mess it up, because that'll suck. So let's get started. So I already removed it. I know that's annoying when you're watching videos on, like, changing stuff, but these literally just sit here, and I just peeled it off, or I pulled it off with my hand, rather. Just placing it there, left and right. But yeah, so it's going to get you to 4 7mm bolts. That's it. So you got 2 here and 2 here. And I'm just going to take those out. So I'm going to try and hold the trunk like that and get them out. So I'm going to set you up here like this. I know it's going to be a little bit of a pain because I have this like super bright LED light here. So hopefully it's not too bad. But what I did, I don't know if it's really, it might be a little overkill, but I have my 7mm here. Attached to obviously a socket and an extension, and I have this magnet here, so it kind of magnetizes the end of this. So hopefully, just in case, because you don't want to drop any of these bolts here into the trunk itself. So, cross my fingers, knock on wood, don't have any wood, so maybe I jinxed myself right now, we'll see. Jesus Christ, that was so sketch, not gonna lie. All right, here we go. 2 more, or 3 more. All right, that's 2. Half the stress is gone. Let's move over to these other 2 here. I'm gonna try and do this quick, but Sheesh. All right, we're good. Hard part's done. All right, so I just lined up a little bit of masking tape here. Honestly, probably won't need it since I'm going to be using a microfiber too. But then I also have these little pry tools here. So what I'm going to do is put the microfiber here, shove in a pry tool, and start like trying to pull it a little bit. You can actually see, it might be a little hard to see in here. But, when you're doing this yourself, you'll be able to actually see the metal clip in there. So there's one probably like right about here. One like probably here, I think it is, and then same thing on the other side. So you just need to pry those out. Unfortunately, I don't have an extra hand here, so I'm not gonna be able to show it. But before I remove the camera and actually take the Decklid off, I'll show you once I'm actually able to maybe even pop a clip off or 2. I'll show you. So we got one out. Honestly, it only took me like about 30 seconds. But as you can see here, I think the tape that I put saved my life, if it'll freaking focus. Okay, so there we go. The tape definitely saved my life. There's like a little nick here. So I accidentally did it a little, I had the towel a little too high. And I kind of touched there, but I peeled it up, no damage. So we're chilling. But, I pushed the towel down as much as I could. I didn't actually fold it over yet, but I started with this thicker one. Man, this shit is not focusing. So I started with this thicker one, just wedged it in a little bit. Then I started wedging this in. So you can see the clip in there now. So I started wedging this in, and then I just kept going and going, and then I started pulling on the actual Decklid itself. in order to get it off. So I'm just going to continue and work my way down, and I'll catch up with you in a sec. All right, so they're all popped out. So I did these first two, not too bad. Then on this side, I instead of going from the middle because the camera's here, it's a little too close. And I don't know, it was just a little more rigid here. So I started from this side again. Big one, big one. Sorry, wait. Yeah, big one here. And then I put the smaller one here and just started working them in, pushing this in a little bit, then pushing this more. And then I grabbed the corner and I yanked it. You do have to give it a little bit of muscle, but obviously don't overdo it. If you feel like you're doing too much, you probably are. Obviously I had another towel here. And then after this one came out, this one was really easy. I didn't actually keep anything on this side to prevent it from going in, because I know when I watch the videos of them doing it and installing it, you actually have to give it a little bit of force to get these clips back in. So I wasn't really too worried about them popping in after I took them out. But we're just going to disconnect the camera here. It's just a push tab right there. I don't know if you can see. I'm going to zoom in on it, but I'm probably not going to be able to mark it. See if I can even do it with one hand. Yeah, okay. So we're all good. Just got it out, just did it with one hand. It's literally just a push tab on the passenger side right here, just to unclick it. So next step is going to be, yikes, that looks like ass. Jesus. Okay, next step, I'm gonna pull these out. Metal clips. So I believe you have to, if it'll focus here. So I believe these two little prongs that you see inside, you have to grab them and then take a flathead and try and like pull it out. So they also said that this is probably gonna scratch around here a little bit, but don't worry because they're gonna get covered up anyways. So I'm gonna do that. Okay, so after the deck lid's off, we have these 4 remaining clips here. We are gonna have to take them out. So if they came out already, good. If not, what you're gonna have to do, I'm gonna zoom in here, see me on my iPhone. These two pieces here inside, those two little, like, I guess, I don't know. We're gonna have to squeeze them together. This right here on the bottom and then this up top. Those are gonna have to get squeezed together, and then we're gonna have to finagle them and wiggle them out. And the reason that we're doing this, obviously I wouldn't if I didn't have to, but the reason we're doing that is because there are the new factory retaining clips. So that's the reason we have to get rid of the old ones. Either that or we're gonna have to take them off this, and you know what, we'll just take them off of the actual trunk itself. It will probably, you might scratch it up a little bit, but you know what, if you do, guess what, it's hidden anyways. I'm gonna do my best not to, but yeah. So I'm gonna get some needle nose pliers and start getting to work on these. Needle nose pliers and a flathead should do the trick. So I'll catch up with you in just a sec. All right, so I got them all out. You do, like I said, you're gonna have to grab those two like tabs in the middle and be able to finagle it out. The way that I did it is I took a needle nose and I went in through the right side, right? And I got the bottom of the needle nose on this bottom tab here. And then the top of the needle nose was still on the outside. So the bottom was inside. Like if this is sitting inside, the bottom of it, the needle nose was inside on the right. And then the top of it was, sorry, I suck at explaining shit. Top of it was still on the outside. So that way I didn't have both parts of the needle nose inside. And then I grabbed it from behind here. So I used a flathead and I put a little bit of tape on the end, shoved it behind here so that way there would be a gap, and then I just compressed it and pulled. It did take a little bit of wiggling. I didn't do, like, it's not too bad in terms of how much I marred these last 3, but the first one, learning experience. So if you're able to figure out what I just said, do it. If not, you know, you'll just have to figure it out and finagle it on your own, but they should come out pretty easy. So I'm just gonna clean this up real quick, and then I'm gonna show you guys removing the camera over to the new deck lid. All right, so I got it all cleaned up. Took 2 seconds, you know. It has a plastic cover here in case you have one of the older Mustangs that doesn't have a backup camera. I'm pretty sure all the new ones do. Actually, they definitely do. I know they do. But when you transfer over your old camera, you just need to make sure that it is in the same orientation. So I have them set up right side up, both of them. So I'm just gonna take, I believe it's a 730 seconds here. We're gonna see right now. Yeah, I'm right. So it's a 730 seconds socket. Just gonna take that, unscrew them, transfer it over, and then I'm gonna put it on the car. All right, so camera's in. One thing you wanna make sure you do not do with these is over tighten them. When you're taking them off the original Decklid that you have, you're gonna feel how tight they are. Literally just make it snug to where it's not gonna move. So I'm just gonna show you real quick, because the next step, I'm just gonna honestly slide it back in. I don't wanna keep jumping to videoing and then back, because you're pretty much putting it in the same way you took it out. So there's these two tabs right here and right there. And those two will slide under right here and right here. So you're gonna start from the bottom and then work your way up. Make sure to plug in your camera. What you can do is check after you plug in your camera, just check your car, make sure that the camera is correctly oriented. It should be if you put it in correctly. So, you know, other than that, pretty straightforward. So we're just gonna slide it in, push in the top after you slide it in, of course. And then we're gonna put these bolts back on and put those covers back on, and we're all done. So in about 1 second, with the power of YouTube magic, I am going to show you what it looks like after, I guess. All right, guys, so we got it all in, and I'm not even gonna lie, it looks pretty badass with no badge. Ain't even gonna lie. I might actually keep it like that for a little while. But we'll see. I'm also planning on doing like a weird color combo with this car. Not a weird one, but something that looks sick. I got a huge thing coming in like the next 5 weeks, hopefully. So stay tuned for that. It's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna do a good amount with this build. I kind of want it to be OEM plus in terms of cosmetics, which is why I kind of did this. It's nothing too crazy. I know the diffuser here from Street Air is a little like, it's not really OEM plus kind of thing. But I don't know, maybe that'll go. So stay tuned. If you guys have any questions, I will try my best to reply in the comments. Literally leave any questions, anything you're having trouble with in terms of doing this, I'll reply as soon as I can. Hopefully within a few minutes of whenever you comment it. But yeah, that's how it looks right now, and you know, I'm loving it. So you guys have a good one. Thanks for watching.